Kumo has two ways to display the CMS content: through a list page or a view page. For each typology, we can create one or both templates that will retrieve the CMS content. The list page is where we can display a list with all the contents related to a specific typology. The view page is where we will display the data of one single CMS content. Let's see an example in order to have a better idea of what we mean. We have this store's typology and it has two contents created. In this case, the list page will retrieve all the available contents related to this typology, these two contents. To get the HTML preview of this CMS list page, we just need to click on this preview button and we will get it. Instead, these other two preview buttons will display the CMS view page of each of these contents selected. For instance, if we click on this preview button, we will get the view page of this Kumo content. And it is the same with all the other contents. If we click here, we will get the view page of the Seargray content. And here we have it. But in our case, let's click on the preview list of the store's typology. And here we can see all the contents displayed of this typology, the Kumo and the Seargray contents, and the information of each of these contents. In this video, we will create both templates, the list and the view one, for the test typology we are working on this tutorial video series. If we click on any of the preview buttons of the test typology, we will get some errors. Let's try the list page. We are getting an error here, and this is the contents of this typology, but we don't have a template to display it. And the same with the view page. We are also getting some errors. What we have to do is to create two empty HTML files that we will upload to the theme. By doing it this way, the system knows that these HTML files are the templates that will display a list or view page of a specific typology through its file name. For the view template file, the pattern name will be the following: CMS view and then the typology name .html. We need to replace typology name by the name of the typology we want to display. In our case, it should be CMS view test underscore typology.html. This is the template that is missing, and this is the one we need to upload. For the list template, it will be a similar pattern: CMS list and then typology name.html. In our case, this is the name of the template that is missing: CMS list test underscore typology.html. When we have these two empty files created, we have to go to the theme manager. We go to the theme manager. We go to the eShop folder. And then we upload the two empty files. Select these two one with the pattern name we have described. When we have this, we can search for these new files. Let's search for test, and now we can start to code. Let's edit the view one. Click on edit, and now we can start to code here. To check if we are in the right place and we retrieve the right content, what we can do is to check the Smarty variable called content. This variable will be present in every page view template, and it will always contain the data retrieved from one specific content. We can print it using the add_d modifier. Let's try it. If we use the Smarty syntax, we add content, add_d, and when we save, let's see what we get. We get the preview of any of the contents. Let's close this. And this is the result of the add_d. Here we can see all the information of this content, the omnichannel content. Here we have it, it's the omnichannel content. And here we can see the content ID, if it's published, the typology name. The fields object is the place where we will get the values of each of the fields completed in this content. If we edit the content, we have the text field 1, text field 2, and the image. And this is what we have here: image 1, and text 2. For learning how to use the add_d modifier, please refer to the specific debugging tutorial video. Now we know we are retrieving properly the content data, we can access to the Smarty object and build the HTML code to do what we need to do. Let's add some code here, just for testing purposes. If we want to print the text field 1, what we can do is to always using Smarty syntax, fields, text underscore field underscore 1. If we save and we check, refresh, this is the value of text field 1. We can make this a little bit more pretty using some Bootstrap classes. So save, refresh. Okay, the same with the text field 2. If we want to print it, you can copy and paste this text field 2, save. There we have it. And for the image, I will copy and paste a small snippet that will help us to make it faster. It's this code. In this code we are using the getRandom img root Smarty function, and we are passing the value image underscore field underscore 1. That will be the information of this content. Remember that for any of the Smarty functions that we have available in our platform, you can always refer to developers.kumo.com front-end developers, Smarty references, and here you will get a list with all the Smarty functions that you can use. In our case is get random img root, and here you can get an information that will help you to use this function. What this function does is to retrieve the path of an image from one of our CDN servers. So if we save and if we refresh, here we have the information displayed, and the same with any of the other contents. We should get it too. Here we have it. Okay, brilliant. We have the view template ready. Now we can move to the list page. As we said before, we need to create an empty HTML file with the pattern name already described. Then we go to the eShop folder, upload the file, and finally we can start to code. In our case, we already did that. So what we can do is to go again to the eShop folder. We can search for test. This is the file we are working on, and we will edit the CMS list test underscore typology. We edit this file, it is empty, and we can start to code. For the list pages, we will not have the content data already stored in a Smarty variable as we had in the page view template. But what we will have to do is to retrieve the content by ourselves. For achieving this, we will use the Smarty function getContentCMS. That will be exactly getContentCMS. Okay, this is the function that we will use. Once again, I will copy and paste a small snippet to make it faster. Paste getContentCMS, and what we will do here is to assign to the test list variable all the contents of the current typology. In our case, will be the test underscore typology, and we will assign it to this variable. Let's try again to print it with @d. We save. If we go to the list preview, this one, this is what we are printing. We are printing an array with 3 objects, and all of these objects are exactly these 3. If we uncollapse, here we can see it's the omnichannel content, it's this one, the following one is the features content, and so on. Okay, we have an array. To access each of these contents, what we need to do is to always working with the Smarty syntax. We do a for each. This list, let's call it. So if we print this item test, okay, now yes, we save. If we refresh, here we will get each of the contents. So if we are looping into this array, here we will get the data of each of the objects created within this typology. Now we can start to create the HTML according to what is needed.